So on this day, we are gathered here to discuss many things. So what I'm just having the feeling that we are discussing the each and every aspect of homeopathy. Dr. Pankaj Agarwal sir beautifully explained about the potencies, the history. We went through the history. Dr. Subha rightly said about the need of one organization, one voice all over India, all over world. Now let me deviate from that to another level in homeopathy, which is still lacking. This is what I am feeling. For the past couple of years, like all you know that IPRH, that is Initiative to Promote Research in Homeopathy. So it was a platform which I started in 2011. So going to be 10 years down the line. But the challenges I faced were many. I can't even list those challenges right now. But what I have felt that all these years, one aspect is lacking, which this aspect was very strong at the time of Hahnemann. Imagine if Hahnemann would not have been published the books or the articles, or he would not have documented the studies, the literature, the case records, what would be the fate of homeopathy now? So it means the writing was very important at that point of time also. When Hahnemann was there were not many medical peer-reviewed journals, impact factors, scientific writing, academic writing, but still letters, Hufeland letters, Hahnemann's lesser writing, his books, his notes, clinical notes, all these things, they contributed towards the publication. So today, I will not take much of the time in introduction. I'll straight away start the popular and academic writing in homeopathy. But first, let us know why this is important. So this quote I discovered or I wrote yesterday only. The publications are good to read, difficult to understand, and they're hard to be written. Everyone loves publication. You give me a publication, I'll definitely read the publication because it's of my interest. But somehow it is difficult to understand. I'm not able to understand what the other person has written, his mode of treatment, his combination, single remedy, approach, the observation, the miasmatic diagnosis, the clinical understanding. So that is something difficult to understand. And when I understand, I cherish it more. But when I am to write, it is hard to be written. Why? There may be many problems. Let us discuss. Let us go ahead. So why writing and why popular writing? See, we all treat, learn and grow. Each one of us, we are practicing homeopaths. We treat, we learn, we grow in the number of years. It's been X number of years since I graduated from a homeopathic medical college and I've treated thousands and hundreds of cases and I'm growing. That's the problem. The problem is that amidst these, sometimes there is an urge to share our learning, that is experiences. Sometimes I feel that I have done all these things in all these years. Why not to share my learning? Why not to share my experience with others? Like now, because of this COVID-19 situation, we are online. Otherwise, we would have met with each other, shared our learning. For us, this day is important. So there is an urge to share our learning. We write, we share, or we reshare, or we post, or we repost. So I'll write a blog, I'll put it online on Facebook, on Twitter, or LinkedIn, Instagram, all social media platforms. Or I'll share or I'll reshare some other work because there is some urge to share our learning. And either we conduct research and report, or we results of us, that is review. So basically there are two things. Now when I talk of we conduct research, it may not be methodical research. I'll give you an example. For example, if I have seen a single case, that is case study, a single case study, okay, or a single case series, or I have seen a good case record in my clinic and I want to share it. So that is also research. I have done some literary review. I can report it. I can publish it. Or one fine day, I want to report the results of others. That is a review article. So what I'll do, I'll collect all the information from the sources and I present to my readers as a review article because I want to do something. There's an urge, or we write popular articles or read popular articles. All these things we do something or the others. Many of my clinician seniors and juniors and students, they will agree to this point that either we read or we write or we quote. So this popular writing is very common. Moving further, there is a difference between academic and popular writing. Doesn't mean academic writings are non-popular. And also we seldom try to separate them and use them according to their importance. Again, the question comes, what is academic writing and what is popular writing? So is it tough to write a popular article? I'll ask some people, yes, it is. They can write each and everything they want at any point of time because they are clear with their thoughts and what they have done. No, it's not for the youngsters. They don't know how to write. I mean, it's a challenge. To overcome that challenge, they need experience and experimentation. So I'll give a diplomatic answer. It depends. It depends on what. Let us go through. So broadly, now the popular writing and the academic writing differences. Popular writings, they are easy to difficult in writing point of view. Academic writings, they are easy, difficult and tough. How? We'll see. The popular writings are reviewed partially. The academic writings are reviewed fully and deeply. They may be referred to any article of interest to readers, but the academic writings are to work, experiment, or result of a work. So popular writings are structured or journal, while the academic writings are usually structured. That is why they are difficult to write. Popular writing can be published on a self-hosted or hosted journals, magazine, websites, newsletter, newspapers, etc. But the academic writing are usually published in a peer-reviewed or a reviewed work. For popular writing, the intended reader is not an expert, but for academic writing, intended reader is an expert. So now to sum up, a popular writing may be a blog, a social media posts, a newsletter article, e-newsletter article, a journal article, a newsletter column, a magazine article. Now you can imagine we all are writing popular articles, but there is a big but. What I was taught that but is a negative word. You do everything and you just add but. It becomes suspicious. I'm doing good for homeopathy, but there's a challenge. We all want to gather here, but there is a challenge. We all want to be a one organization, but so this but is a negative word. So this but is basically associated with the popular writing nowadays because all our these things are not methodical in one or the other way. We'll move forward and we'll learn more about. So why now I'll be giving you some examples of writing platforms. Why? Because just to imbibe the idea, to trigger, to motivate people to write anything they want. So we should be having the platforms. What are the writing platforms? Sometimes I want to write, but I don't know where to write. I have thesis, but I don't know where to get it published. I'll Sarkar sir is I think here. Um, I started one journal, Journal of Case Studies in Homeopathy. So know about this thing. For I think 2.5 years, I hosted that journal, Journal of Case Studies in Homeopathy, the peer-reviewed journal for publishing the case record. But ultimately, I had to shut it down because there were no quality articles for that. On the other hand, people were in search of a platform where they can publish their case records, where they can host their case record for free. But when it comes to the methodology, they did not know what to write and where to write. So ultimately, that was doomed. But obviously, that's an experience of life. You don't not always get success. At some time, failure also. So the writing platforms, just to give the participants idea where they can write their popular articles, their blog, their newsletter, their magazine articles, and a number of things. So e-media, blogs, it's regularly updated website or web page, typical one run by an individual or a small group. So basically for that, the article type is the discussion, information or a news that may be self-hosted or maybe uh, on the other hosted website. For example, I host some blogs on research in homeopathy.org. So on that, I keep on posting the discussion, the information, newsletter updates and all. So that can be self-hosted platform where we can write the popular article, or they may be hosted on the other platform. For example, I'm a blogger on a reputed XYZ site and I write for them on their behalf. So blogs are easier to set and even more easier to run. And when I talk of the famous blogging engines that include WordPress, Tumblr, Drupal, Joomla, all these are content management system. They are self-hosted as well as hosted. Or the examples I'll give, Homeobook. We all know Homeobook. We all know HPathy. Some of you might be knowing the IPRH website or the Odyssepair, which I just relaunched, or the Vivid Homeopathy website. So all these are examples of the popular publication hosting site. Now, why it is important? I told you earlier also. Until unless we have an evidence-based data at one place or at different places also, but until unless we have the reported data, we cannot claim scientificity and popularity. Sitting in our home, in our clinics, having deliberate discussions on phone, WhatsApp, and online platform will solve no purpose. Until unless I go out, publish something, maybe a popular or academic article, I'm not going to make homeopathy more stronger and popular. Imagine Hahnemann would have written only one book, his notes only, or maybe not that. I discovered homeopathy, I practiced and vanished. We are using his writings, we are using his popular writings today as proof of evidence. So if we want the coming generation to quote proof, we need to reproduce, we need to produce those proofs. Moving further, the writing platforms, I'll continue. The newsletter can be writing platforms. They can be usually online and print. For example, Vital Informer, we all know that's a newsletter, or the e-newsletter like HPathy's e-newsletter or Bijan's newsletter. Magazines, they usually print, Homeobuzz, Heritage, and the journals, they may be peer reviewed and non-peer reviewed. Maybe the online or the print articles, journals. For example, Indian Journal for Research in Homeopathy, that is print also and that is online also. So all these examples, Vital Informer, National Journal of Homeopathy, Heritage, Hahnemann ki Aawaz, all these are serving the platform for the popular articles to be written and hosted. Now, people usually ask, I want to write. I know website to write. What I can use for making my writing better? The writing apps. Now, this is the list of app. Some of us might be using these apps: Zoho Writer, Pro Writing Aids, Screensaver, Google Keep, Evernote, YWriter, Fade-In, LibreOffice Writer, AP Style Book. So all these are writing apps which help us to format our popular writing so that we can submit it to a app platform. Question: posting versus publishing. That's a very good question in today's scenario when we all are locked down in our houses and we are enjoying the paid vacations. We are not posting something or the other every day. I'm posting this, I'm posting that on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Tumblr. I am publishing something not that frequently. So is posting is equal to publishing? I've seen many physicians sharing cases on the online media con- and they consider themselves that they have published a case. No, is it true? What do you think? You can write in the chat. Is the posting same as publishing? Well, I don't think so. So if I write a note on Evernote and post it on a social media network, it is not considered a publishing. It is posting only. So this posting is good for the fame, but this posting is not good for the evidence-based data, which would be the need of our down the line 10 years. You take any government agency, any private agency, any agency worldwide, Indian, anywhere, down the line, data is going to be the next turning point. And where is this data? Don't keep it in your mind. Let us not keep it in our on our tongue. Let us publish it. Before posting it, let us publish it. I'll move forward further. So this was a bit about the popular writing, that why popular writing should be there, what are the resources to use and where to write this popular writing. Now the academic writing, many people they actually wish to write something academic. Many people they approach me, sir, I want to write a peer-reviewed article. Will you help me? Will you be part of the authors team? I want to write a review article. I want to write this and submit in peer-reviewed journals. Or maybe people ask me, sir, what are the journals we can submit our articles to? So the academic writing is considered and valued more popular than popular writing. You go to any secretary, any health minister today, he will ask how many scientific articles you have in your database. You talk of flu-like illness. We cannot convince them just on the basis of opinion that we can treat, we might treat, we would have treated. They say, what is your modus operandi? What is your scientificity? What is your pool of the data which you have published over the year? They will ask CCRH, provide us with a list of the publication in last 50 years. Where do you stand? That is academic writing. So it is understood that although it is difficult, it has more value in the scientific community, and it always follows a methodology. You write a peer-reviewed article, you will be quoted for whole of your life. One of my peer-reviewed article, which was published in probably 2011 when this thyroid project was completed. I was part of the thyroid project that was on the biggest project from 2008 till 11. Would be published till date. It's going to be 9 or 10 years down the line. Till date, that article is being quoted internationally. And I feel very happy then when people, I get a pop-up that your article is being cited by this university, that university on ResearchGate. So the academic writings are very good. If you ask me, till date, I have more than 18 peer-reviewed publications and in total 45 publications, more than that. So out of 45, 18 are peer-reviewed, rest are popular writing. Moving further, writing platform for academic writing. So unlike popular writing, academic writing platforms are elite and limited. You cannot go to any newspaper and say, I want to write a peer-reviewed article for you. Can you publish me? Maybe a magazine will publish it for you. That's a popular article. But if you want to write a peer-reviewed article, then you need to have a platform, an elite platform. So whenever we need to write and publish academic articles, we need to keep in mind our base work, literary review, case record, clinical research, survey type of research we have undertaken. It's a misconcept that we can, as a clinician, we cannot publish peer-reviewed publications. It's a misconcept. People usually ask, okay, I sit in a clinic. Can I publish a peer review work? Yes, you can. You can do a literary review. You can publish your case records. You can publish your clinical research survey. Till date, I have taken more than four surveys. Being a clinician, I used to work in CCRH for long. Maybe I think for down the line, I worked in CCRH for uh, more than 7 years, from 2008 till 14. But now I'm a clinician. But I do publish these surveys. I can publish. And presentation of data, the most common being following the scientific methodology of writing, that is IMRAD, introduction, material methods, result, analysis, and discussion. And let me tell you, I did homework once. For example, if we claim that we are 350,000 registered home pads in India as of now, and if we start writing a single case and publish it once in a year, or maybe let's say 3 lakh registered home pads, and we want to write a single case record and get it published once in 2 years, the cases would be 1,50,000 cases in our database. Out of that, let me reject 50% because being from the editorial background, I will reject 50% because of the methodology or lack of data or evidence. Still, I would be having 75,000 case records every year being published from India only. Okay, let me further stringent the criteria. Out of 75,000, I found it good articles to be 40,000, 50% of that. Let's reject. Once a year, we would be having 35,000 case records. Can anyone challenge homeopathy then? But the thing is, presentation of data. We treat thousands of cases, but we seldom report them. Okay, fine. You don't want to disclose your patient data. At least we can have surveys. We can have literary reviews. We can go through the books, correlate it with the present day findings and all. And for this, we need to have a thoroughly written and processed data. Now people have this challenge, okay, fine, I have the data, I don't want to write, I don't know how to write. You can work with someone, with a statistician, with an SRF, with anyone who knows about these things. And then I'll be choosing an appropriate journal. Moving further, few biomedical journals which are worth quoting here. The Homeopathy, that is the formerly British Homeopathic Journal, the International Journal for High Dilution Research. I served as editor-in-chief of this journal for 2.5 years, and I was at that time I was probably the youngest and the first Indian to be the editor-in-chief of this journal. Quite long now. For 2.5 years, I was the editor of this journal. So, International Journal of High Dilution Research. This is world's first homeopathic open access journal. First. Then Indian Journal for Research in Homeopathy, our journal by CCRH, the elite journal which comes in print and online both. Complementary Therapies in Medicine, Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, HomeoLinks, and the list is ongoing. You just write an email to me, I'll provide the list of the biomedical journal, the peer-reviewed journal. Moving further, people usually ask what is peer-reviewed journal and what is peer-reviewed process, because this is a curiosity everyone has, and I believe that 60% of us, they don't know what exactly this peer review process is, because we have never exposed it. It is not our fault, but we were not exposed to these things in our bachelorhood days or the graduate days. It is perhaps the most common concern of budding writers, the peer reviewed process as such. And why the peer reviewed journal? The peer review process is the process of subjecting an author's scholarly work, research, or ideas to the scrutiny of subject experts before work is published in a journal, conference proceeding, or as a book. Now, the beauty that I can publish proceedings also. I can publish is as a book also. So it is not always the articles I am writing. I can publish my conference proceedings in a peer-reviewed journal. So it's a scrutiny by the subject expert. Means if you submit article to me, I'll go through and I'll send it to four more people, three more people, five more people, just to get it scrutinized. Ki whether the article written by Saurav is of any value or not. So this process is a lengthy, because everyone will give the view. Depending on the view, that would be justified and modified by the author. So it's a lengthy process. And this is the reason why scholarly articles takes months to get published. Now let me tell you, more time it will take, more the article would be good, and more it would be quoted forever. So I can write 10 popular articles in 3 months. But if I write one peer review articles, one academic article in 6 months, that has more value than a popular article. And this process aims to testify your work on scientific, academic, and publishing grounds. The peer review process is a hallmark of the authenticity. Does journal have an impact on the scientific fraternity? I hope every one of us would have quoted 2010 articles of Professor Jayesh Ballari of nanoparticles. Whether we understood it or not, whether we understood it or not, we would have quoted that article that yes, homeopathy, the nanoparticles are there. The homeopathy works because of the presence of nanoparticles. So this is the beauty. Till date, that is being quoted. The 2010 nanoparticle articles still quoted today because of the authenticity, because of the impact, because of the hallmark that it is a peer-reviewed work by a group of scientists. Moving further, now what? Okay, fine. Uh, Discussion. क्या करना है अभी? What next? Popular article? Yes, I can write popular article being a clinician. Yes, I can write academic articles because of my interest and approach. But now what? Let's go through. Pick an idea. It's very easy. I want to work on headache. I want to work on PCOD, diabetes, obesity, mental disorder, depression, neurological disorder, Alzheimer's. Do some homework. Now, this homework does not mean you go to home and work. This is the actual data collection or the fact collection. If you cannot produce a data, you can collect a data. Go out and see how many articles were published on the flu-like illness, printed and published, and then posted on appropriate channels. First, get it. Tomorrow, I'll write an academic article and then post it on channels, because there they would have more value. And congratulations, publication is considered as a publication now. I'll give you an idea. Since Dr. Haldar gave a very beautiful introduction of mine, very lengthy introduction. I run a website vividhomeopathy.com. What me and Dr. Bharti, my wife, we decided that we would be publishing articles on public health and homeopathy awareness. We give it a PHHA acronym. So under this, we have published many articles. These articles aims to strengthen the knowledge of public. They are for public health and homeopathy awareness. We pick a topic, for example, Down syndrome, you can see on the screen. All these articles are free. You can go to the website and download. Air pollution, do's and don'ts about homeopathy medicine. So this was an idea that we created a niche for the popular writing at one place. So this is public health and homeopathy awareness. So nothing is impossible. This is my submission. Next, quickly, as we discussed, the idea, planning, strategy, and success, it goes in a flow. We all have ideas, we all plan, but what we lack is the strategy and the success. Being homeopaths, I'm sure we are above many scientific teams because we are working with the moral science. We are working with the spiritual science. We are working with the vitality. We have ideas. We have planning. But our strategy is bit low and success is not that much. Maybe COVID-19 situation, we all know. So the practice as well as publication depends upon four domains, that is baseline teaching, experience, experimentation, and intuition. Many of our revered teachers are here, I can see. So what they have taught us during our childhoods, we will remember. Based on that, we'll experience in our practice. Based on that, we will experiment in our practice, and then we will develop an intuition. So once we have these four domains strengthened, there's a complete articles on these four domains on my website that I gave it once, that how these four domains, they affect the practice. So basically, when these four domains are strengthened, polished, lack of momentum, lack of time, lack of knowledge, all these are there. Guidance, nobody guide us, but we should be feel we should feel motivated. From wherever you get the guidance, grab it. Lack of momentum, keep on doing something or the other. People would be getting my WhatsApp every other day, every third day, every fourth day on something or the else. Because I try to make that momentum in pace. Lack of time. Take out some time. Knowledge can be built up and developed. It is of no hard, it's not a hard problem. So this academic journey from observation to publication, this is basically homeopathy. The Hahnemann, from his observation, published many books, completed his journey, which we call today as homeopathy. From his publication, we are observing the same in our clinical practice. We are following that academic journey. So this academic journey is biphasic. When I publish something, I learn something new. People learn something new. That something new adds up to the homeopathic database. Be truthful to what we can write or what we can't. I cannot write an fundamental article, nanoparticles, because that is not my domain. Maybe if I get to know, if I work with Dr. Ballare, I met him twice in Kolkata only. So it was very nice meeting. He knows me. We sometimes we share, but I cannot write because I am not in his lab. Maybe if I work with him, I will write. But yes, what I can write? I can write a review article. Ghost writing must not be practiced. Don't write articles for others and don't let others write articles for you. If you want to excel in life, write articles for yourself. Update yourself with the three T's: tools, technique, and technology. We all are using Zoom today. Many of us we would have heard Zoom for the first time, but now it is very easy. We all using. I was talking to Dr. Suman that day that he's told that he's using Zoom for the quite longer duration of time, and that is why he has developed that technology used to get other people into webinar and enjoy the learning. And the best part is challenge. Writing is a challenge. Homeopathy itself is a challenge. We all will agree 100% on this. So read and read, because reading gives us a peace of mind and a piece of idea too. Sometime while reading, I get an idea. Okay, fine. This can be turning point. I can write on this because I have read. I will verify. I'll read. I'll make it an article because it gave me peace of mind, but it was an idea too. It was a motivation for me. Pick an idea which is of interest to public or which is the need of hour. Don't use the stale ideas or the stale topics or roll of old. Bring up something new, something of interest. Maybe we can do something better. Dedicate a part of your practice to writing. Maybe 10 minutes a day or maybe 1 hour in a month or maybe 2 hours in a year. Doesn't matter. Write something. Convert that into either popular or the academic. And yes, don't expect magic because magic doesn't happen. Choose an appropriate platform, that is e-platform or print or both, because my way or highway, you have to walk it either way. We cannot stand still. We cannot, it's not in the human nature to stand still. We can be at home during this lockdown period, but still we are working, we are doing something. And once this is over, we'll go out, we'll walk, we'll have interaction, we'll do something or the else. Be open for collaboration and teamwork. This is the way we learn and grow with expertise. If I don't know anything, go to my teachers, ask them, learn from them. This is how we can write an article too. And don't be afraid to receive a ping bang. Even if it is negative, write something and people will be after your life. Okay, doesn't matter. It is your thought. You have written it. And get yourself exposed to basic statistics. How many patients they recovered? What are the ways out? How many articles have been published before? Go to PubMed, search it, because statistics can do virtual wonders. Today, we are comparing with Italy, US, China, because this statistics is basically doing a virtual wonder. And don't forget to popularize your work on social media platform. But be aware that too much self-proclamation is always bad. Publish a work and then post it. Don't be afraid to give a proper citation and source of your information, because I'm not here to invent information. I'm here to discover and spread it for a cause. I'm not inventing anything. I'm just discovering the hidden truths of homeopathy and I'm spreading it for a cause. I'll skip this slide because once I got this slide that at two different websites, they post the same thing that was a plagiarism case. They publish the same matter with the same links in two different websites. Don't do it. It is against the ethics. So winding up my presentation, practice with patience, practice with a difference. We all practice, but what and how it will be different, this is in our hand. Practice with validated evidences and let these differences and evidences be published. Even if there is any negative result, do not hesitate to publish it. I can tell you 10 failure stories of my life in the past 20 years in homeopathy. When I was student in 2001, I got admission in the college. In all these 20 years, I have more than 10 failures with me. But I'm not afraid to tell these failures to the public. Maybe I have success stories also. So these differences and evidences should be published at a platform. Follow bioethics, do no harm, and report no tall claims. Follow the guidelines because they will guide us for a good writing and articles. And because the tall claims have no value, nobody is going to have any faith on you. Statements have little value. Okay, fine. Saurav is telling something, it has a little value. But when I have recorded a statement, it has a value. The quality of life score, the before and after reports, the validated statements are accepted and respected worldwide. So is it tough to write a popular article? In the end, no, it's not. It is easy. The only thing we need is clarity and a platform. So with these sum up my today's topic, the popular and academic writing. Thank you so much for your patient listening. I would love to receive your feedback, comment, and criticism also, so that we can improve and we can make homeopathy more popular and more scientific in the coming days, as Hahnemann did in his lifetime. Thank you.